10% off for listening to my show. SimpliSafeDefense.com. All right, I tend to spin out of control sometimes with the third, fourth hour. We have a former Army Ranger assigned as a contractor to the CIA, Benghazi hero, joining us, who wrote the book 13 Hours that was made into the film. In the next hour, I am a syndicated radio host. I've been in the top, 20 talkers or whatever in magazines and stuff. I really don't have time to follow all that. We dominate the internet. We dominate YouTube. We dominate Facebook. Some say I'm in the top 10 terrestrial host. I'm not measuring things here. I just want to warn people. I hope all the big hosts start talking about this stuff. But I really need to spend more time with our AM and FM affiliates and more time cutting liners for them and more time even working with listeners to buy billboards and advertising, because the show really has hit its biggest growth period ever. When I talk about how many affiliates we have, it's way higher than I've even been saying. I just am too busy battling the globalists to even pay attention. And I don't have the crew or infrastructure to focus on a lot of the things we're doing because I don't have the capital. And talk radio's that way too. Giant audiences, the best place to advertise compared to the internet and TV and stuff in my view, but people just don't know that. And I think radio is so neglected. But I was thinking when they said the affiliate's name, and I'm going to the caller, let's put it back on screen for TV viewers. When they said the radio call letters for KEIB 1150, I used to go on that station as a guest overnights. It's 50,000 watts daytime, 44,000 watts nighttime. Folks, AM goes across the country with that level of power. Now, mainly it aims out at the ocean, but that's one of the top stations in L.A., and it's like surreal that I'm on some of the biggest stations in New York, Chicago, you name it. They'll have like New York Times articles going, Alex Jones is an internet radio host. Like I haven't been on AM and FM radio for 21 years. But that's how they manipulate their audiences. And it's why they're losing their audiences. But yes, we're like on WNJ, 1160, 20,000 watts in the daytime in New York City. I've got to do targeted ads for my listeners in that area or something just to help those stations, because it's so good to be on some of the biggest stations in the country. And it's happening. And it's because people finally go, wait, I guess Alex Jones is really right. Stuff has gone so far now that I'm almost basically becoming passé. But isn't that good? And we get stations great ratings. But it is so important to spread the word about those stations, to become sponsors of those. I cannot stress to you enough how serious this globalist war is against free and independent media. Look at the Facebook Senate hearings. We exposed it. You exposed it. Talk Radio exposed it. Drudge Report exposed it. There's now hearings. And it was like they untied a boat from the dock with the engine on. We're now flying at high speed. All of our Facebook stuff is suddenly just exploding because they took the foot off our neck. And if they're going to have a foot on our neck, they should at least be honest about it. Tim in California is calling in. He says he wants Hugh Hewitt for VP, I guess for Trump. Go ahead, sir.
Love you, Alex. I'm Tim Callum carrying Hugh Hewitt for U.S. Vice President for Trump, and Tim Callum carrying for U.S. President, U.S. Senate, and U.S. House Best Major Candidate, TIM space KALEMKARIE.
Well, I mean, Hugh Hewitt's a great talk show host. I think I've been on his show before.
Trying to get rid of Obamacare. I want Hugh Hewitt to be my vice president. Also. Well,
I want to make you vice president, Tim. All I know is, isn't it exciting how fast people are waking up? I mean, I'm not trying to put perfume on a pig here. We're in a pickle, but kettle of fish. But I tell you, some good stuff's happening, too. What do you think?
I think it's great. You're on from midnight till 3 a.m. here on 1150 a.m. KEIB.
I know, and I've been on there like a year and a half, and I remember them telling me a year and a half ago, oh, you're on a 50,000-watt blowtorch in L.A., one of the top stations, and it's just like surreal. Because, folks, it's so hard to get on those, it'll make your head spin. But that's how it operates. Look, when I got big on XM and Sirius, they had big money come in from Goldman Sachs to get me off. I mean, I was told that by the execs. This is a war, folks. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the fourth hour. I love you all. It's great to be a patriot, isn't it?
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
Over the years, there have been a lot of powerful advancements in the field of science and nutraceuticals. Longevity integrates years of scientific research into creating fantastic products like Beyond Tangy Tangerine, plant-derived minerals, and much more. Longevity also offers you an ingenious way to augment your income. And the best part, you'll be helping your friends and family along the way. Visit InfoWarsTeam.com today. Become a member. Get discounts on the amazing products and free shipping when you sign up for AutoShip. And you're able to promote the products to friends and family and neighbors in your community and make money while helping people at the same time. Another win-win. That's why I'm a member of the Longevity team at InfoWarsTeam.com. And you can be too. It's simple. Just go to InfoWarsTeam.com today. Complete a short sign-up and you're part of the team. That's InfoWarsTeam.com or InfoWarsHealth.com. So many people call into my radio show and tell me how longevity and the products at InfoWarsTeam.com have changed their lives. Check it out for yourself today.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. It's Alex Jones.
The poets tell how Pancho fell and left his living in a cheap hotel. The desert's quiet, Cleveland's cold, and so the story...
The CIA station chief, where you were at the time, told you repeatedly, according to the movie, stand down. We saw that in the trailer. Use the words, stand down. Mm-hmm. Is that how you remember it?
Yeah, I mean, it was him. It was the chief of base, the deputy chief, and our team leader that were sitting on the front porch, and when he told me to stand down.
It was good. Tig said, "Ray, we're losing the initiative," and we were.
Why is it wrong? Why? The position is you're here to protect the annex. They have some security personnel over at the consulate, which our viewers should know. Congressional investigators have already found was woefully inadequate, and that we were totally unprepared. That state had totally left those guys unprepared to defend themselves. But in the moment, that station chief at the annex was saying to you, "Stand down. You're here to protect us, this facility, not that one."
Well, I really don't think it was just for us to protect that facility. It's just that's how he was. There was multiple security situations when we should have left, and he never let us go. But
why?
I was just risk adverse, in my opinion. His last station, he wanted his legacy to be what it was. He didn't want to lose anybody, I guess.
You got trained Army Rangers. You got Navy SEALs. You got Marines. Yeah. The best in the world, standing there ready to go. Armed and trained for exactly...
We have had the former Speaker of the House, Boehner, who I'm not a fan of, another rhino, but he's even come out and said Hillary really shouldn't run. She should drop out. There's a good chance she's going to get indicted. Well, I mean, she's been caught on the servers. She's been caught in Benghazi. She's been caught over and over again. I'm really worried about her supporters. I mean, if there was a Republican with all this baggage, I wouldn't support him. And then when she's president, what crimes is she going to commit? Chris Paronto was one of the folks that was there, brave enough to go on Fox a few months ago. An Army Ranger, saw a lot of combat duty, and then got into the CIA as a contractor in their annex security team. He's one of the few survivors from it, and one of the people that refused to stand down. And he was there. They testified to the orders to stand down from their boss. And, of course, we know who was getting orders. At that point, it was coming directly from the State Department. This could really bring down the entire corrupt system with them. We're going to go to break in a moment, come back with a long segment with our guests. But, Chris, is this surreal for you? To be in the middle of this, and now it'd be a major movie based on your, a book and other research and others, and to see Hillary still hanging on by her fingernails?
Honestly, as the more stuff that comes out, we just had another revelation with a Special Forces Sergeant Major that came out. Adam Housley reported on it, as well as one of the pilots from Aviano Air Base. It's becoming it's vindicating. It's becoming more and more. It's more and more vindicating to us because it's showing that we are telling the truth. That myself, Tig, and Oz, and the other two guys, Jack and Boone, that we came out initially, said what took place. People didn't believe us. A book was written to get this started, to get the truth out there. And now as more information comes out, people are finally seeing, hey, guess what? Rangers, SEALs, and Marines, they aren't lying. Which I don't know why people would say that anyway, but they did initially the first 2-3 years. So to me, it's vindicating, and to see her keep saying that it didn't happen, to call the families liars, to basically call us liars. Surreal isn't the word. It's more anger and disrespect. That's what I continue to feel. And the more that comes out, the more anger I feel.
Well, I tell you, it is simply incredible to be in the middle of this as just a reporter since day one, having people on like Colonel Schaefer and others. A week after it happened, he'd obviously already heard through the military, through the Army, exactly what had unfolded and what had gone on. And it's so sad that we've gotten to this point as a nation. We're going to break in a moment, but in your gut, where do you think this is all going?
Well, the more that good people, the ones that were on the ground, that were trying to assist, are standing up and speaking out, I'm seeing it going in the favor of people still saying that she wasn't telling the truth, that she was lying, and that she tried to cover it up, and the State Department really did fail us and tried to cover up for her. So hopefully I'm seeing it go in the direction that she does drop out as president.
Absolutely. This is huge. Chris, stay right there. We'll be back. Thank you.
All we are is dust in the wind, dude.
4G Promotions presents Smoky Mountain Mayhem, July the 8th through the 10th, beginning Friday the 8th at 7. I-81 Motorsports Complex in Greenville, Tennessee. Come out for some of the area's best local and regional artists, including
Waking Terra,
Bent to Break,
Presence,
Seasons of Me,
Against Their Will,
and many more. And national recording artists Soften the Glare,
featuring Ryan Martini of Mudvayne,
Wayland,
and Elysium.
Tickets just $25 in advance, 30-day of show.
26 bands for $25.
For ticket info and to buy your tickets, visit 4G Promotions at Facebook.com. Smoky Mountain Mayhem, July 8th through the 10th.
A 4G Promotions production.
Tri-City local music, less chatter, more of what matters.
Okay, gang, start Operation Noisemaker.
We could have saved Navy SEALs in Benghazi. F-16 pilots in Italy were on standby to help besiege U.S. forces in Libya, but the order to launch never came. A U.S. Air Force source has claimed that a squadron of attack jets was being armed and fueled on the night of the deadly attack on the American consulate in Benghazi, Libya on September 11th, 2012. The jets, believed to be F-16s, were on the runway ready to launch as terrorists bombarded the U.S. consulate, killing 4 Americans. The source claims the fighters could have launched from Aviano Air Force Base in northern Italy and refueled at Naval Air Station Sigonella before providing air support over Benghazi. And yet, all we hear is Hillary Clinton saying,
"What difference at this point does it make?"
She is the most vile, un-American human being to ever live. She is pure evil in the flesh. This has been Joe Biggs with Infowars.com.
Hey everyone, pharmacist Ben Fuchs here, host of The Bright Side, and as many of you know, I'm on a mission to help Americans get and stay healthy. You've all heard the shocking statistics. Despite spending trillions of dollars in healthcare, nearly $10,000 per man, woman, and child in this country, obesity, diabetes, cancer, heart disease, and autoimmune illnesses are rampant. 1 out of 3 or 4 people is dealing with some kind of health challenge, and everyone knows at least one person with a degenerative disease. If you are dealing with a health challenge, or if you're healthy and want to maintain your vigor and longevity, and you're looking for a convenient, easy way to incorporate nutritional raw materials into your day-to-day lives to guarantee that your body is getting the fundamental nutrients, the 90 essential vitamins, minerals, fats, and amino acids it needs to do its healing work, you need to check out InfoWarsTeam.com. Give your body the gift of good nutrition. Head over to InfoWarsTeam.com. Your body will be very grateful.
On the web at InfoWarsTeam.com. That's InfoWarsTeam.com.
You're investing in your health and supporting the InfoWar when you visit InfoWarsLife.com and purchase your supply of Survival Shield X2 Nascent Iodine and all the great products at InfoWarsLife.com. As you know, we've talked to pharmacists, chemists, doctors, researchers, scientists, and the answer is clear. Iodine is key, is paramount, and there's still so much new information coming out that we simply can't even keep up with it. In our quest for the purest iodine, we drilled down more than 7,000 feet to gather these purple-blue crystals crystals to extract the ultra-pure iodine. On top of that, we also screen our iodine for radiation before bottling. It is the purest, cleanest, strongest out there. Quite frankly, I'm flattered that with the launch of Survival Shield Nascent Iodine, that major brands and major companies have been knocking down our doors to get our formula, and that they have been unable to come up with anything even close to what we have. It is exclusive to InfoWarsLife.com and the InfoWars Life family of incredible